Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But you guys, week 11 of the NPA, the New York Metapods are taking on the Houston Raichus and Coach Tesla Mouse. If you guys are excited for this match of the NPA, show your love on that like button down below. We are actually division rivals here in the gold division. We're facing off for the first time this season, and we're pretty much at this point a lock for playoffs. So we're kind of in a little bit more of a chill mode, but at the same time, I'm still taking the matches seriously. I do want to preface this by saying, prior to me jumping into the team builder here, that this team I hastily put together. I probably put it together in about 25 minutes. Normally I spend a few hours preparing, but this week I've just been so crunched for time, guys, so I just really didn't have the amount of time to be able to put in for this week, especially with the GBA week 1 coming out. I really wanted to invest a ton of time into that, so I put a crazy amount of time into the GBA, and I didn't have enough time for this, and I just have other series, but I don't want to make excuses. I'm trusting kind of like just the raw skill of these Pokemon, or like raw stats of these Pokemon, and my battle skill to hopefully win this match. But either way, looking at his team really quickly, he's got a Latios, great defogger, really hard hitter. Rotom Wash, really good pivot Pokemon with Volt Switch and Hydro Pump, but very predictable. Swampert actually could be a little bit of a problem. It could be a Stealth Rock setter, but obviously has that weakness to grass types. Typhlosion, fully expect him to bring that. I think he's going to bring Rotom and Latios, potentially the Typhlosion. Very good Pokemon, Scarfed Eruptions, things like that. Stealth Rock's going to be key to wear that thing down to keep it from having that eruption to doing a whole lot of damage. I'd rather take Fire Blast instead. Trevenant there, pretty interesting Pokemon. But I don't really think it's that scary, especially with the Pokemon I have on my team. Like Sableye hard walls it, so not really a huge deal. Primeape is another kind of annoying Pokemon, but it's lackluster in terms of its attack, and its speed is a little bit low, so it's like 95, so it's really not a huge threat, but still could be a really good Pokemon. But again, Sableye kind of walls it. Mega Scissor, huge threat. This thing is a problem, but for the coverage he's going to need to carry on it. I think he's going to be limited in terms of options. I mean, he's got 2 defoggers, but I really don't know how well Scissor is going to function in this game. He can't really bring a Swords Dance set. He's not going to have the right coverage he needs, but we'll see. He could bring like a knockoff SD, like Bug Bite kind of set. I don't know. Thundurus, Incarnate, actually, instead of Therian. I have Therian. He has Incarnate, so we actually have the 2 Thundurus. Luckily for me, in a one-on-one matchup, my Thundurus actually is better than his, simply because I have the Volt Absorb, so I can take his electric type attacks pretty well. He's got a Klefki. Fully expect him to bring the Klefki. It's his only fairy type Pokemon, and his best response to handling our Sableye, really. But Sableye still beats it, so unless he's like sub play rough, like I don't know, sub play rough Magnet Rise spikes or something, yeah, we're gonna beat it. So, and then a Malamar. Obviously, Malamar's kind of a threat. I definitely have to worry about that thing, especially if it starts going for superpowers. And then Probopass, last but not least. Probopass is just generally kind of annoying. So, anyway, let's kind of jump into our team here. Probopass has that huge weakness to ground, though. But, let's jump into our team. So, we've got Sableye here, our Mirror, kicking things off back. Shiny, looking beautiful as ever. Standard Mirror here, max HP, max defense. We're actually rocking the Calm Mind set again this week. Shadow Ball destroys the entire team, so we don't have to worry about coverage there. After a couple Calm Minds, we pretty much win, so I really feel like this thing can set up and sweep again. And I know I bring this set a lot, and it's funny because in GBA Season 4, when I went to the championship, I actually didn't bring Calm Mind Sableye very often. I think I only brought it once or twice out of 10 games, but this season I've been using the Calm Mind variant a lot, and it's actually worked out really well. I realized that this is the superior set to the utility set, and even though the utility set is really good, this is definitely the go-to, especially in a situation like this where my opponent has only one response to Sableye in terms of fairy, which is Klefki. And even Klefki, unless he's like super offensively invested, isn't really going to do much to me. If he's Dazzling Gleam, I beat him out with the Calm Minds, and then if he's play rough, then I could burn him if he doesn't have substitute. So a couple options there. Our next Pokemon is going to be our Vesuvius, our Entei here, running max attack, max speed to outpace the max speed Rotom unless he's Scarfed. Sacred Fire, Extreme Speed, Stone Edge, Bulldoze. This Pokemon has a lot of potential, but he also has a lot of switch-ins for it. But my thought process is, if I could burn the Rotom, if I could burn the Swampert, or if I could burn the Latios, all those things are really beneficial if they switch in to a Sacred Fire. I wanted to go Assault Vest because I don't want to go for a fire type move, have the Typhlosion switch in with his Flash Fire, and then be kind of stuck there. Having the Assault Vest allows us to take really any hit from that thing. Also take a hit from the Rotom, take a hit from the potential Thundurus if I need to. So it just allows us to take one hit that we might not have otherwise been able to take, hit something really hard, and we have the E-Speed there, and we're not locked into anything. So, you know, we lose a little bit of power, but I feel like because this switch in default is probably Rotom every time, or Swampert or whatever, it just made more sense for me to have the ability to switch up moves and also to have that Assault Vest. So we do have that 50% burn chance though, which is hopefully gonna come to play. So, excuse me. The next Pokemon we're gonna be bringing is our double dancing Thundurus here. Another standard set again. We're pretty much rocking the standard stuff this week because of my hasty team building, but this one is similar to the one we brought last time, except last week, which actually was huge for us. So this time we're bringing leftovers instead of Life Orb. I don't feel like I need that extra damage. I think we're gonna, after Stealth Rocks, we pretty much do what we need to do, aside from the Swampert, but I'm not as concerned about Swampert as I otherwise would be. But yeah, we got Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice, Agility, Nasty Plot, so we can kind of base the decision, our decision of what, setup move we're gonna go for, and if we get both up, it's gonna be really, really hard for my opponent to beat us. And I went leftovers instead of Life Orb simply because I realized how much like recoil you start to take with Life Orb. It's just too much. You can't take hits. It's nice to have the leftovers. So it allows us to take bullet punches and stuff like that better from the Scissor too. And after Agility, we outspeed his entire team and hit really hard. But the Nasty Plot is crucial for that HP Ice to do a lot of damage to Latias. The next Pokemon we're bringing is our Rolex here. Rolex has been really effective this season, actually, as a Stealth Rock setter, and I'm hoping he does the same this week. Have to prioritize Stealth Rocks because of that Typhlosion and its Eruption, but otherwise we're rocking max HP, max special defense with Impish, so we're kind of like mixed bulk. This allows us to take hits from that Scissor, and excuse me, assuming that Scissor does not have superpower, then we're actually in pretty good shape. We can take hits from that all day. We can also take hits from the Latias too, because we are especially bulky, so I can take Draco Meteors, and that Leftovers is going to really help us heal that up. And we can also stop the Rotom from Volt Switching, in addition to Thundurus. So we have a couple options to stop the Rotom from Volt Switching. So some pretty good type synergy here with this guy, but obviously those Stealth Rocks are really important. Getting that Toxic off on potentially the Rotom on a switch in, or the Latias is really useful, and we have Earthquake there, which hits things hard, including the Klefki, if he's not Magnet-Rise Klefki. Obviously pretty standard. Who would have thought I was gonna bring Cresselia, of course. Cresselia coming this week, rocking Moonlight, Moonblast, Hidden Power, Fire, and Calm Mind. I felt like that was the best coverage. Maybe Psyshock would have been better, but Moonblast hits the Latias and hits everything else, and then Hidden Power, Fire is gonna hit the Scissor super effectively. So I figured we obviously can't hit the Typhlosion very hard, but I have Calm Mind, so it's not like Typhlosion's really going to be doing much to us. I can simply just Calm Mind a few times up in its face, and then we like pretty much win. So that's kind of why I figured this coverage was going to be okay. The Moonblast also allows me to hit the Malamar too, which could be problematic. If he brings like a knockoffing Malamar with Substitute, that might be a little tough. I guess Sableye beats it though, unless he's the rest talk set, in which case he would be limited in terms of his coverage options. He wouldn't really have much to do. He wouldn't be able to beat Sableye with that set. So he has a lot of potential threats that could put us in a bad spot, but I think because of the team we built and the diversity within the team, we're going to be able to stop pretty much whatever threat he throws at us, hopefully. But leftovers there, max HP, max defense, with the Calm Mind. So similar Calm Mind set. It's kind of weird to run two Calm Mind users at the same time, but I just feel like they're both effective in different ways, and they both give me an opportunity to set up and win. And he doesn't really have, aside from his Scissor, he doesn't really have a reliable way to just destroy Cresselia unless there's something I'm totally missing. So I really feel like he could trick it or something with like Malamar Switcheroo or Trick Rotom, but I really feel like this thing could put in some work. So it's just a good Pokemon in general. And then last but not least, we're bringing back Fungi here. It's been a while since I brought Fungi to a match, but I really think this is a great week for it. I kind of was going to bring Scolipede, but I realized Scolipede has a hard time with Rotom Wash, and it has a hard time with Klefki, and if he has Magnet Rise, and it doesn't really do much to Scissor. So I went with Amoonguss here, max HP, max defense, with Regenerator, obviously, with that Black Sludge to heal up. So pretty bulky team this week in some regards. But Spore, Giga Drain, Hidden Power, Fire, and Sludge Bomb, that's going to allow me to hit the Scissor. This allows me to take on the Swampert and the Rotom a little bit better. We have the Sludge Bomb there to potentially hit things like the Latias and poison it, and just general, hit pretty much everything. I really like this set, and I think it's pretty standard, obviously, but I really like this Amoonguss, so hopefully that'll work out for me, guys. So pretty quick team builder here. Like I said, I'm going to try to jump into this match, and like I said, I've just been really kind of flooded with other things, like other videos and streaming and things like that. So things are a little bit busy right now, but I fully expect, things to kind of ease out as soon as some of these series are over on my channel. We have 2 more weeks after this one. Like I said, we're pretty much locked for playoffs at this point, and the next 2 teams that we're playing don't exactly have the best record, so I like our chances here moving down the stretch to try to finish out this season. Hopefully, I think we're 8-1 right now, so I think a 10-2 record would be pretty good, or we can go for 11-1 and like try to win everything. I don't know, we'll see, but hopefully we can pick up a win here. I think we got a good team. I mean, I didn't want to like I said, I prepared really quickly, but looking at things, I mean, I don't really know how much else I could have done. I think I got the right 6 Pokemon, and I think we're gonna have a good chance to win this match, hopefully. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos and show your love. And we're gonna have 2 matches this Sunday, the GBA and the NPA. So get excited for lots of battles, lots of aDrive, and hopefully I don't disappoint you guys. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I'm the coach of your New York Metapods. I'm gonna catch you guys later.
Peace.